Höhle statt ein Blumenstrauß.
Smarter than you can ever imagine. There is no obstacle that you cannot overcome, no problem that you cannot solve, and no goal that you cannot achieve by applying your mind to your situation.
Go on and
That's what it is. Oh, shit. Did they hear me? They hear me say
Can
that?
they hear you? Nah.
Now they hear me. Oh, shit.
Good
Here we
morning,
go.
good morning,
Good morning. I'm still getting my shit together.
Get it together. Welcome to Real Talk Uncensored on Beltway Radio and beyond.
Beltway Radio
and beyond.
Fuck this.
I'm Kiki.
I'm Tone.
And that is paper straw. Paper straw. No one likes paper straws, but I like him.
Whoever made paper straws need to die. Quickly and rapidly, too.
It's like sucking on a toilet paper roll. Like the
I didn't need that. I didn't think of it like that, though. Thanks for helping me.
It be sticking to your lips.
Hey,
y'all. Good morning. Hey, Moe. Hey, Mona. Hey, Tweety. Hey, Nisha. Come in the room. You got a good one for y'all today.
What we do? I'm sorry. I'm still getting it together, yo.
Get it together.
Still getting it together. I'm just saying. It's hot, though.
It's hot in here.
If I'd have known, I'd have brought my fucking fan with me, bro.
No, it's cool when you come in the building. But I told Paper Straw, I said, God, it's hot in here.
Oh, shit. Let me turn this down.
It's Monday.
It's Monday.
Well.
Yeah.
Tone.
Yeah.
The submersible. Let's just get it. The
Before
Titanic
we get to submersible,
okay.
Right? Let's talk about that fucking...
I'm sorry. Shout out to Speed Shift.
Dope
event. Shout out to Speed Shift riders. Y'all went. Hope y'all came back safe. Hope y'all had a great time. Catch y'all next year. Money was to be made, and I made it.
So, before we even talk about the submersible shit, because I'm gonna go all the way deep. I'm gonna go in so deep. I'm gonna go deep with it on purpose.
12,100 feet.
So, first off, let's talk about, you know what I mean? Because obviously, if you're white and you have money, you get the media coverage. If you poor and like some refugees on a boat with 700 motherfuckers in the sink and you all die, you get no coverage because you got no money. You know what I mean? So the difference, you see the difference?
You get an announcement. You don't get.
You didn't even get it. They barely got an announcement. You know what I mean? We can talk about that now. Let's talk about this submersible shit.
All right.
I'm bored. I got so much fucking money. Now, I'm not going to have no remorse for these motherfuckers. None at all. I could give two fucks because you was just so stupid. Why? What? Okay. Whew. You have so much money, you have nothing else better to do. And say, hey, I'm going to get in a soda can and go 12,000 feet down there to go see some dead people on a ship that's been down there 100 years. You got nothing else better to do. Nothing else better to do.
You make me sick.
No, I don't make you sick. I'm just telling you what the fuck it is. You had nothing else better to do. This is get on this can. Right? That you should have known it was a problem when this shit was controlled with a fucking remote PS2 controller or PS5 controller. I ain't getting on no fuck what? It's controlled by a what? No nigga. How much did they pay to get on that shit?
$250,000.
$250,000 per person, right?
Per person.
Nigga, you ain't got nothing else better to do. So you got the motherfucking rich white people that want to go out of space. Yeah. And then you got these ones that want to go to the bottom of the fucking earth. Yeah. Want to go down. Come on. I'm supposed to feel sorry for you?
I'd rather go up.
They didn't feel nothing anyway. Them niggas was dead. They was dead. When that shit imploded, They was dead. They didn't feel shit. It was just a blink of an eye. You were done. You know what I mean? Now you're shark bait. You're bait, whatever's down there, you're bait.
Okay, so my turn.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck about these fucking people.
Condolences to the family.
Oh, fuck y'all families.
Condolences to the family of those lost at sea. I feel like, so I had two thoughts, right? I had a thought at first. I thought maybe we were supposed to be distracted by it because was Biden being impeached? Did Trump have to go to blah, blah, blah? I was trying to figure out what the distraction was, right? But in having a conversation, I realized we were supposed to learn something from this, right? In the word, like you were alive when the Challenger blew up.
Yeah, I was. When I was in debt,
they was going that way.
Yeah, I was a little kid. I was like, oh shit.
We saw it like watched
it in school. I was in school.
Yeah, I was in school.
And I watched that shit. Back then when you went to school, they used to bring the joint in, big shit like that on the TV. You used to sit in class and watch that shit. We all watched them motherfuckers explode.
I was like, yo. So from that, people learned a lot from that. You learned what not to fucking do. Like this right here just taught people, one, you're not indispensable. I don't care how much money you have. Two, they only let me back up. There are people who are adventurous. I live for those people because I ain't going to space. I don't care how much money you charging me. I'm not doing none of that shit. But there are people who do that.
Okay.
And you just learn something from the experience. Like, I'm never going 12,000 feet, and I don't know why everybody who tried to tell them was fired or hushed. Mm-hmm. So, greed. I think greed came into play because now they talking about filing charges against whoever is left over for some charges getting criminal charges. For somebody has to be liable for the deaths of those families.
Okay.
Yes,
but didn't they dumbasses sign a disclaimer?
They signed it.
Yeah, they signed a waiver.
They signed a waiver.
But they're okay. I had this discussion over the weekend with those in the science community.
Okay.
This whole thing is a ultimate clusterfuck right from the jump. Okay. This is the one. They have like 2 submersibles. The first one they had, I saw a video where they were, doing their dive, and this is an initial dive, not a test, an initial one, and their thruster engines was put in reverse, and they pretty much were in circles, and no one in the cabin could figure out how to fix it. So in this case scenario, this type of submersible, mind you, again, on an initial drive, but it already had problems from the jump. Mind you, the controller, you have no one who has proper experience going down there, i.e. meaning an actual submarine driver to do that. The way it was built, you had no proper... anything was, up to standard. Not one thing. Because pretty much the owner of the company took away all the experts. He pretty much cut them off or, fired them. Mm-hmm. So, yes, it was a death trap right from the jump. So, yeah, I understand having the waivers going down there, but the thing is like you set up something to where pretty much all you did, sadly to say, was stealing money, knowing full well that these guys were not going to survive this whatsoever.
But how do you do that when you die too?
No, the owner's okay.
I thought the owner was the cruise director.
No.
Oh, the owner.
That nigga knew not to get on that shit.
I thought that the owner was the one who was driving the jump.
No.
I mean, I know somebody else was driving it, but I thought no.
Why you driving like that though?
Yeah. No,
that's what the criminal. Oh.
Because he knew full
well.
Let
me change this.
He knew full well what he has. He's in a sense, like I said, the signing of the waivers in a way protects his company.
Yes.
But as for him, knowing how that thing was built, that probably be criminal charges.
No, because listen, nothing has gone down that far. If you realize something, right, from your science community, no, not a person has gone to the Titanic. A rover has gone there.
No, people have. James Cameron.
James Cameron was not in that. Well,
no. James Cameron has been.
He's been to the wreck.
He's been there 33 times.
Oh, so I guess he has his submersible or submarine device. Yeah.
He had built by experts because knowing full well is like, look, because I remember when he did. I remember the documentary where he was going down there to get footage for the Titanic movie, and then he's been down there ever since after that, several other times, and try to get configurations of how to, even after the movie, how it sank and all that stuff.
Nice.
But then again, the main thing though is like he had experts to build his submarine.
He was smart.
He was smart. He's like, I want to go down there, but I want to do it smartly. And pretty much it's like, can you build me this with the right people that built me this? And that's what he did. This nut job with Ocean Gate, he pretty much tried to do. I didn't say this with my experts, but pretty much it was like, I don't know if anyone has seen Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, where Scotty met up and McCoy met up with a guy to try to create a cage for the whales. Mm-hmm. And
I remember that.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, he has to do this polythermal or whatever, to be so thin where they can create it. Dude, this is not the 23rd century. We're not there yet. That's pretty much how that thing was built. It was thinly made.
It was a soda can.
It was a soda
No,
can.
when you said that, like I almost fell out my chair.
Yeah.
Yo, but it
Because
is.
they was calling the minivan.
Yeah.
They was calling it.
Because it shouldn't. When it went past the depths where it would have been safe for them to go down, that was done. Because the Titanic is pretty much down to 30,000 below.
Yeah. It's cold
that
down
thing
there.
that thing could have been okay by 10,000. But once you pass the 20, when you got down to the 20 mark, you're dead.
But look, they even had like a picture to show you how animals don't even go. Like
Right.
those ones that's down there. But the sperm whales and the big whales, 6,000.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
it.
So PJ said this isn't the first time that Ocean Gate has gone down there. Obviously, they have gone down there before.
They
In something
have.
different.
Yeah. I
Not
heard-
in that soda can.
Did they go or did it go?
What?
Did Ocean Gate go or did someone go? Because that's what I was confused about.
Ocean Gate has they based off of the reports. Ocean Gate has gone around there before, but
Around
never
there is not
around
fair.
there. But as of because again, there's been other companies have gone there, again for research purposes.
Yeah.
So the navigation aspect of it is like it's now easy to find.
They was on Waze.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
They was
all
on-
paid.
Yeah.
They was on Waze. And Tone, please let me ask you this, and I need to know if you're going to reverse your statement because the son didn't even want to go. The
Yeah.
daddy talked him into going because it was Father's Day. The son didn't want to go. The son was collateral damage.
And I'm supposed to feel okay if I don't want to go. Fuck you, I'm not going.
That's his
I'm not,
daddy,
I don't
though,
give a
like-
fuck if it's my father or not. I don't feel comfortable. You should respect my wishes. If I don't feel comfortable, I'm not going to make you happy if I'm unhappy. Like nigga, I know we're gonna go up here and jump out of a plane with no parachute. My father wants to do it, but I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna feel sorry for him, man. Fuck it, nigga. You go to your death. I'll be there
You
waiting for
think
you to
the
get back.
son saw
I'm
that
not
shit? It was
dead.
like, fuck that. You think
Fuck
the-
that.
You think the son saw it? It was like, hell no.
He must, I've been watching the show Manifest, right? That's like Manifest. The son had a calling. The son saw the shit and went and did it anyway. Nigga, I don't feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for none of y'all. I would have never in my wildest dreams would I thought of getting in the soda can, going down there. They're dead. They've been down there so long. Motherfucker, if you wanted to see it, watch Titanic, nigga. You could have watched a documentary. You don't have to go down there and see it for yourself. Nah, fuck that.
I feel like when you have so much money, like, and you've done everything and you can do anything,
Man.
I think people like that just be like, sure,
Okay, here's this is what
for bragging rights.
You can say bragging rights, but my thing is this. Look,
What bragging rights they got now? They fish food.
Yes.
Tone!
Fuck.
I'll say this. I'm a Titanic enthusiast. I read up on it. I like this, know the stories behind it and things like that. I've since 1986 when they first initially found it.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I will not do is go down. It's like it's a tomb. It's a grave tomb. It is like, what the hell are you going down there for to see? It's like, oh, I saw the Titanic. Like you said, it's an adventure. There's no adventure seeing
A carcass
tragedy
of,
out of that.
Seeing a carcass of a ship.
It's like all you do. Yeah, it's like I just, like I said, once I saw the videos of it when they found it, I was like, okay, great, you found it. I'm glad they found it because no one knew where it was and all that stuff. And then initially trying to understand, it's like seeing the hole and all that stuff. Didn't see the hole. Why? Because it was ding. It was little bits. And I was like, all right, cool. Then get to see the movie again. All right, great. I already got my fill of the Titanic, but for me personally, going down there to do what?
And then you gotta take your shoes off, and then they hammer you inside.
Yeah.
You can't get out. There's no bungee cord.
Nope.
There's nothing. And you got one window in the front. Now, what we supposed to do? Excuse me, Tone. Slide over. It's my turn to look now because the window's in the front.
Right.
And there's no bathroom. And
no
guess
bathroom.
What?
There was no limited food.
Oh,
no
Lord.
water.
No, nothing.
Damn it, now we
And
got a
guess
whole
what?
nother problem.
And here's the
Which
thing.
one of you stinky butt bitches farted in here? None of all
You
did.
better know it was stinking in there.
Oh,
But listen,
God.
and for all the goofy motherfuckers, excuse my French, who said, why they just didn't swim back?
Dumbass, dude.
Who
You're
said that?
Somebody,
Who the fuck said that?
everybody was like, why they just didn't swim up to shore?
You really not
What?
that dumb, is you? They're not that
10,
dumb.
12,000 feet?
So was it niggas? It was
You
niggas.
gonna hold your breath for
It was-
12,000 feet?
No, but it was a nigga that had said that, right?
You know
It
it
had
was.
to be the dumbass nigga that said that.
Nigga, I was
You
like this.
dumb niggas. What?
No.
They-
I got a better one for that.
You can't even.
You big dummy.
Yeah. They just swam back.
They said, why you just didn't swim to shore?
One, Okay, for those who scientifically don't understand, one, once they open that thing,
they're dead.
They're dead. Two, the pressure of where they're at would have crushed
dead.
them right
The
there.
lungs.
It's exactly what the fuck happened to the submarine.
Everything you claim that you wanted, well, why did he swim back? Because they couldn't.
He couldn't.
It's impossible.
It's just like going out, like opening the door on a plane. Like that's what you're doing.
Right.
It's not even that
then
though.
when you
It's worse than that.
When you understand implosion and explosion comes from inside out. Implosion is in. It's nothing. You're not. Your lungs do the same thing.
Yeah, it imploded when there's nothing left.
It's nothing.
It's
look, and the funny thing is that they tried. It was a conspiracy that they.
Oh,
the first
the
day,
conspiracy theories.
the first day that they did it, they heard the pop that day. They heard it that day, like with the sonar, and no one said anything. And it's a man coming out now saying, "Look, y'all knew this shit."
Yeah.
And people are coming out.
Pretty much, like I said, the experts that were initially on the project have been stating the fact, it's like, look, this is not going to work. You know full well they will. Like, that's why I think I believe Ocean Gate will be done after this. There's no way in the world you would rely on this.
I already said that. Who else is going to get on something from Ocean Gate after this?
Yeah.
Batman said it was a special forces operation that sucked the
Dude,
Titanic.
Stop it!
In the first place.
Stop it!
Okay, so you're talking about with the Titanic? There are a whole bunch of different. There's a whole bunch of different conspiracy theories out there pertaining to the Titanic.
You don't agree with that?
The one I found most interesting was, you know what I mean? It was about who J.P. Morgan and them wanted to start the bank. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. You know what I mean? It was very interesting and made me go, because J.P. and Morgan, it's a whole nother story.
No. I get it. That's a rabbit hole though. And we got to build a show
because it was like,
around
they wanted the banking system, and this dude didn't. He owned 40% of everything, all the mortgages.
So guess what?
It was fucked up. So they were all supposed to go on the ship together, but J.P. and Morgan and them backed out. He went on the ship, and damn, he's dead.
Fish food.
But at the end of the day, if you're that bored with yourself,
bored with yourself, give me some money.
And you don't have nothing else to do with $250,000, don't let that shit this way. I'll show you what to do.
Let me hit it. Let me hit it.
Oh,
if you bored, let me hit it.
She wants to hit it. I don't want to hit it. I don't know. I know you was expecting me to come on here and feel some type of remorse and be like, that there?
Me?
Hold on. That there? Those actions of those people, that was nothing but top tier caucasity.
Tone, please know that when I'm writing this stuff, I can hear you.
Really?
I can see you turn up.
I'm gonna tell you this because that whole fucking thing ain't nothing but top tier. People would do that. You ain't see one nigga think about no shit like that.
We ain't giving 250K.
50,000 to go to the bottom of the ocean?
No, to get.
You know what I mean?
If you say a soda can, we're not doing it.
So what you say? What's this? Obama?
Obama said what?
Look at that! Look at that thing! Look at that thing! That look like somebody built that shit in the backyard. Now Obama's slamming them because of this. They didn't mention nothing about all these people.
Migrants.
You know what I mean? All on that ship, and they were all sunk, and they all died, right?
They all died. Okay. In other news.
Anything with the word gate behind it, I don't trust
right.
no more. That's it. If you're
Deflategate.
Yeah, anything that got gate behind it,
Watergate,
don't trust that shit. It ain't no good for you. You know what I mean? It ain't no good for you. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get on no sub that look like a little rinky-dink sardine can for $250,000. You know what I mean? We all gotta sit in there. Ain't no way, nigga. If a nigga didn't shower, he funky in that joint. You know it was hot. Ain't no AC in there. So you close this shit up with limited air. It's hot as fuck in there. I'm sweating.
It's hot until it's extremely cold because at the bottom of the ocean, it's fucking freezing.
Well, they
and then
freezing
you
down.
gotta understand where you are. You like around Newfoundland and Nova Scotia. Look, you passed the iceberg. Anyway.
You may have passed the iceberg.
It's cold.
What the fuck? Okay, it may have been cold. And you got down there. You know what I mean?
It's muggy, though. It's muggy in there.
Muggy is an understatement.
And you had gas because your bubble guts, because you
were
scared.
It probably was a little kid. It was probably the son that had the BGs and his stomach was bubbling. He was in there farting and shit. And man, the whole thing just said kaboom. That's it.
And nobody brought no liquor. Like nobody snuck no liquor on the board. Nobody on board.
Nigga, I'm gonna be nice and I'm gonna say rest in peace to the dummies at the bottom of the sea, which you was dumb. I don't care if your families feel some type of way. That was just dumb. You know what I mean? That was, come on. You know what I mean? So now you'll never see your family member ever again. His body imploded. You know what I mean? Bambi is, not Bambi, fucking Little Mermaid had a fucking thigh leg dinner. You know what I mean? SpongeBob and them is rubbing right now. You know what I mean?
Oh!
Yo, now you know what's inside them Krabby Patties, dog. Yo.
Let's see. Oh, under the seat.
Yeah, that's where they gonna be at. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro. You know what I mean? So you're gonna try to sue these people. But yo, common sense has to kick in somewhere. And you had none. You know what I mean? First off, there's a whole bunch of conspiracies where they say they heard it explode, they heard it implode. The Navy heard it implode or some shit like that. All right, whatever.
Liz said he probably was coked out. He was on powder cocaine.
Gigging in the fucking in the submarine.
To me, it was the Xbox controller for me. Like once I saw that, it was like, let me off. You know how you be at the carnival at the park and they'd be like, nah, let me off this joint.
Nah, I wouldn't even got on. I'm like, well, once you show me that this is what we used to stick, what the fuck is you doing? What kind of Mickey Mouse shit is this? You can't hit the reset button and start all over again. Nah, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, bro.
Tweety, why not? Why not? Oh, he goes, Zoe, talking about the PS4 controller. Sorry.
Yes. Yo, if you're going to get on something that's controlled by a PS4 controller, what if the batteries died? Was it hardwired? Was it remote? I mean, I don't know. I'm still not going to be comfortable getting on no shit like that, though, bro.
No more tuna.
No more tuna for you?
No more tuna.
You know what the tuna's eating. You know what I mean?
Tone!
The tuna's eating.
You can go on and on, can't you?
I can keep going. This is all day long. You know what I mean? I've been holding this shit in for all weekend. I've been like, I'm going to get these niggas. What the fuck wrong with you?
We got to call her. Hello?
Who
you talking to this morning?
Good morning, y'all. This is Brandy.
Good morning, Brandy. What up, though?
Watch, you thought I was bad.
Okay.
It's about to get worse.
So, listen, nobody cracked a funnier joke than Nicoletta when she said they got in the ocean in a perk. That took me out.
Yeah.
No!
Yes, nigga, yes. You fucking fuck. Oh,
but wait,
shit.
Here's my thing. Y'all don't find it at least, like, we laughing and cracking jokes because really, this is the dumbest shit you could ever think. Like, I'm not that curious, and I understand some people are, but let's play devil's advocate here. Mm-hmm. Y'all really believe all this money, all these people with all this fucking money got in a little capsule and went died on purpose? No. Those folks running from something. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they got going on. But them people was not in that thing. They ain't show me them getting on. They ain't show me them going in. They wanted to show us clips of it. This some bullshit. I don't believe that. Run some background checks. They run background checks on the rest of the dead people that shit happened to. Brandy. What's going on in their lives? Mm-hmm. What's going on with their money? That's real fucking wealth right there. That's not millionaires, thousandaires, billionaires. That's real wealth right there. And somebody brought up J.P. Morgan, Chase Bank, and the market crashing. Yep. What is it that those people are tied together in some form or fashion with some big money into something that went wrong, and their asses had to disappear?
So that was pertaining towards the Titanic sinking. That was what I was mentioning about that.
This ain't no different. We done seen enough movies to where people fake their debts all the time. Why they couldn't? They got enough money to do it.
Hey, Brandy.
It would have been easy to just get on a plane and go somewhere. That's too much like
Remember
right.
You said faking your death,
never gonna find nobody.
Because you can disappear with all that money.
But
Brandy,
your 19-year-old kid doesn't want to go?
Brandy.
He shouldn't have went.
You know what I said?
He shouldn't have went.
I said they talked about a debris field. I've not seen one piece of anything that was supposed to be down there. The Titanic been down there since 1912. You mean to tell me not a piece of this bitch is nowhere?
If it implodes, there's nothing left.
There's debris.
Oh.
Will you see the
But
debris?
that's the perfect cover-up for whatever you trying to cover up. We know we ain't never going to find nobody, ever.
No, they fish food. They in the Krabby Patties.
And now watch they family. Nah, they somewhere on the island laughing at us for thinking they that goddamn stupid.
They over there with Tupac.
Okay.
And they people gonna join them at some point in life. Mm-hmm. Them folks is not dead. That's too much money with too much power I just refuse to believe those people got on that thing. He's dead, and even with a child, let me bring my child because I don't want to leave him behind because he might be the fuck up and say something that he don't need to say. So let me bring his ass with us.
Oh, simple ass.
Because the other one who was at the rock concert popping dick. To Blink 182, he didn't look too distraught.
No, he said, no. I need
what
a way
they telling us.
You're right. He went to that concert, posted the shit, and was like, "Yeah, I need to think about something else." You're right
because they finna get insurance policies off of their dead asses. Somehow that money has ran funny. See, rich people have different kind of problems than we have.
See, they
can be poor as hell and still look rich.
Yeah.
Okay, see, and that's the thing. The insurance policy is going to kick in. Somebody will get paid.
But here's the thing. Even though a lot of jurisdictions were involved in this here, a lot of people forget. You had military assistance. You pretty much gotten world assistance from, I believe it was Japan or South Korea was trying to help with the search. So there's a lot of money being wasted here in addition to just trying to find these people, and I just believe that I can understand this conspiracy theories from here to where the Titanic is. So but the thing is, I feels like, look, I just don't believe that shit.
So I got a question. How long were they missing?
Because here's the distraction. Why they not looking for that boat, that big ass ship that y'all couldn't find a little Percocet in the ocean? Y'all ain't trying to find them hundreds of bodies that's floating around in that big ass ship that just went down that we talking about?
700.
Nobody's. So y'all heard the implosion. Y'all see debris, but y'all ain't see none of that shit. And y'all not looking about it. Y'all want to talk about these 5 billionaires that's in the Percocet in the ocean playing? Oh, okay. I don't believe it. It's bullshit.
All right. Here's the other thing. A lot of people.
Thank you, Brandy.
Yeah.
Later, y'all.
Bye. Go somewhere, but don't go nowhere.
Yes. Here's the last thing I'll say. The submarine itself, also the way it was painted, I was informed the fact that normally submarines are dark because they can be properly noticeable by, those whenever in case they're in trouble. This subliminal was painted white. You can't see it in the ocean. So that's what was one of the difficulties of trying to find it. The other thing is how it was asked. The fact is, like, when did it get lost? Once they lose contact from its initial home base, that's when they found out it was lost. Because they figured there's a problem.
500 feet into the dive.
Yeah. So once that happens,
500 feet into the dive,
they lost.
You should not have. If you lose contact,
you should have sent a distress signal.
That was a distress.
There was a distress signal right then and there, but it wasn't. It took days.
Because he was 16 years old and he was in playing Grand Theft Auto. He switched over.
It was Call of Duty.
He was Call of Duty and forgot.
I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But speaking of motherfuckers.
Hold on before you do that.
Because Brandy jumped the gun on that shit.
She did. Let me say something really, really quickly. There's a news alert. So for all you people who shop at Walmart and use the self-scanning something, if you forget to scan shit, expect a warrant. Walmart has served thousands of arrest warrants and arrested at least 500 people for forgetting to scan shit. So I'm just letting y'all know, like, if please expect one. They said Walmarts across the country they're losing out on so much money that you don't realize that it's shit that they can see.
Okay, so first off, when you decided to self-scan, when you started the self-scan shit, you already set yourself up for failure because niggas was going to rob you anyway. You know what I mean? It makes sense because whenever you went in Walmart, you only had 1 or 2 fucking cashiers. You never had cashiers in that motherfucker.
You pushed me to do it.
So you pushing me. You know what I mean? You thought niggas is gonna be honest? You really thought?
Ooh, ain't nobody looking.
Nobody's looking. You got this one person standing there. You got this one motherfucker over here that got 100 items in their car. Another one over there 100, and you come over there with a couple items. Nigga, I'm gonna swipe some shit and keep it moving myself. I know I've done it a time or two. If there's a warrant coming for me, oh well, fuck it, nigga. You'll be all right. God damn, nigga, we ain't got no fan and no nothing. Fuck.
You gotta calm down. Look, you got water for him? Can you get water?
Look, I'm over here dying.
I took a sip out of this already. I had ice in there. So, you okay? You okay?
No,
What's up?
I'm good. Give me some of that.
No. It's 2 cups.
Oh, there's another cup?
Yes.
Oh, hook me up, nigga, because I need something. I'm over here dying like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Maybe I need to fucking go to the bottom of the ocean and become
there you go. Look at that. That's what I do it for.
Thank you.
So, come on with this. What?
All right. Since we started the day on top tier Caucasity anyway, you have to remember, this comes from the whitest of the whitest. You know what I mean? The people that live on top of the mountain is the air.
Or the bottom of the ocean.
Or the bottom of the ocean. You know what I mean? The air that they put inside the little submersible was the air from the top of the mountain.
Shut the
just to make them feel comfortable at home when it was their time to implode and become fish food. But speaking of some top tier Caucasity, Brandy, listen to this shit, baby.
Come on, baby, because you jumped it. You was on it.
A Belgian man pulled off the prank of a lifetime.
What'd he do?
When he faked his own death and showed up to his funeral by stepping off a helicopter instead of being carried out of a hearse. Hear me now. Hear me now.
So why he do such a thing?
Hold on. I want y'all to sit and marinate on that for a second.
Okay. So
this nigga faked his own death, right?
Okay.
He faked his own death. He didn't pull up in a hearse. This nigga had a helicopter pull up. You hopped out a helicopter.
You know how much money? Okay.
Okay.
You say.
TikToker David Bater, whatever the fuck it is. David fucking Caucasity. Barton? Mm-hmm. Okay, David Barton. That's not Barton, but okay.
It's an Ian. It's Barton.
Right. David Barton, along with his wife and children, decided to orchestrate the, oh Lord, here we go with the suicide. That's not.
Pseudocide.
Pseudocide?
Yeah, pseudocide.
Pseudocide?
Yes.
What the fuck is the pseudo?
Pseudo is like
when you fake that shit?
Pseudo is sort of. It's fake.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So okay. To prank his loved ones and see who actually cared about the 45-year-old. Wait. Okay. You white fucking people, because before I get to this, you white people are bored. You have nothing else better to do. So you sat there and orchestrated a plan to decide to say, I'm going to fucking pretend that I'm dead just to see who cares.
Every day he wrote some shit.
Okay. To spread the news of Barton's death, one of his children took to social media and wrote a whole tribute to her father. What I see in my family often hurts me. I never get invited to anything. Nobody sees me. We all grew apart. I feel underappreciated, Barton said. This is why I wanted to give them a life lesson and show them that you shouldn't wait until someone is dead to meet up with them. Barton, who has nearly 165,000 followers, had claimed some loved ones have been reaching out to him since the prank, adding, it proves who really cares about me. Those who didn't contact me to meet up, so anyway, I did win. Okay, wait.
For likes? You did this for likes?
Okay, so here's a fucking problem. Yo, I get it. This is the average when you're doing shit for likes, but this right here, you decided to, you had your family in on this because your family didn't want to fuck with you. What makes you think they gonna want to fuck with you now? What makes you think they gonna want to fuck with you now? Or how bored can you be to say I'm gonna fake my own death? You know what I mean? We're gonna write obituaries, everything. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do everything.
Your real funeral following, my nigga.
It ain't that far away.
No, it's not.
It ain't far away.
Me as your wife, your real funeral coming. Your real funeral following. Gotcha.
Look, I play many games. I like to joke and prank and all that shit, but that's not something I'm gonna play with. No. You talk that shit into fruition. Now, 45 years old. 45 years old.
Bored ass.
I'm telling you, it's the air that's inducted into the house, into the vent. It causes different reactions. This nigga wanted to fake his own death. And he was white.
And thought it was a great idea. And it's funny, like when you show up in the helicopter, you went there and procured it with your own credit card or your own money.
Yeah. You want to get this next one, kid? Oh God, there's a whole bunch of this shit. You white people were just waiting this weekend, huh?
Okay, go to the Georgia police. Go to page 2.
Page 2?
Yes.
Oh. Georgia Police Department is under investigation after using an image of a black man as a target during firearm safety class for civilians and posting photos of it on social media.
See? That's how they care about us. You imagine you, Tom, showing up for duty. You're a cadet. You showing up for duty. You go on the range. Mm-hmm. And your picture's up there.
that would be the day
that you turn that firearm
and fucking at real target practice at all they fucking heads. All their heads. I just started jumping off at everybody. We would just been a bunch of dead motherfuckers in there at that point. The police department in Villa Rica, about 33 miles west of Atlanta, held the event on Saturday and posted it on Facebook page as of participants aiming their guns and targeting targets that featured life-size photos of black men. The man on the target is pointing a gun and wearing a beanie. The photos have since been taken down from Facebook page, but screenshots have been widely shared and criticized on social media. It was never our intention to be insensitive. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Inflammatory or offensive to anyone. The department also said it respects the honest opinions of our fellow citizens and apologizes for any offense we have caused. Wait a minute, pause. That's fuck you.
May have. That's what they
fuck
say.
You.
If and may have.
Fuck you. Fuck you. And fuck you. You know what I mean? When you decided that you wanted to use life-size photos of black men that you wanted to use as target practice, right?
What the fuck you think?
You don't really care. It was never our... What was your intention? What was your intention when doing that? Help me understand your fucking thinking.
I wanted to instill the fear into the person so they can get their target straight.
So when they see a nigga, they can hit a nigga.
When they see a nigga, they can hit a nigga. Fuck you. What's Georgia Police Department? Yeah. Sit down. Sit down. In Georgia. And people be running to move there. Georgia.
And it's only, 33 miles from Atlanta? So it's not that far. These niggas are going to venture off into Atlanta.
And be hired.
You're a target practice now.
Yep. So he's talking about niggas.
Thank you for the air. Thank you for the air, please.
He's talking about niggas.
Okay. I'm on the fence with this one here, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence with this one here. Because niggas do nigga shit, but I don't know if this was some nigga shit. It was, but...
You can understand it.
You can understand it.
It's condoned. This is condoned nigga shit right here. We condone it.
See, us niggas, we do shit. We can't help it. You know what I mean? We just do shit.
We do what we feel.
This nigga, this niglet, Lord, this sister, that's her. A black college graduate ripped the microphone out of a white administrator's hand after she cut her off during her commencement speech, and the footage of the incident has sparked strong reaction online. Each student was given the opportunity to say their name, major, and a few small things about themselves as they traveled the stage. The influencer and OnlyFans star admitted in a separate TikTok video, but she and other black students had got the chance to speak. She noticed that the woman pulled the mic down super fast from some black people. Okay.
I think we have a video. We got that. Did I send you that?
Okay, let's talk about this. There's a video he's working on?
I'm sure.
So let's talk about this. Were they giving the opportunity to say their name, their major? That's what it says.
Yes.
You were given the opportunity to say your name, major, and a few small things about yourself.
Small things.
Now, was it that when the black people came up there, you cut them off quicker and let the white people go on?
Because some people that were black got a chance to do it. It was when she got up there, the lady took the mic before she can even announce her name. She was ready. She said, yeah, because she passed her right on up. She said her name, passed her right up. She was ready to announce the next person. She doubled back.
Okay, so here's where I'm gonna stand at on that one, because sometimes graduations are so fucking huge and so much going on. You have so many people. Like when I went to my sister's graduation, I really wanted to see her walk across the stage. I wanted them to call her name, give her fucking flowers, scream her out. You know what I mean? But because you have so many fucking people graduating, it's impossible. You'll be out there all day, half the night. When you got 3,000 people, 3,500 people graduating, you can't do that.
Well,
this was a college.
Yes.
Okay.
Each student, Tone. Let me break this down. Each student, so thousands of students. Each student was given the opportunity to say their name, major in a few small things about themselves as they traveled across the stage. She was not given that opportunity. And to me, what I think is, once I found out she was on OnlyFans, I think they knew. And they
Was she on
practiced
OnlyFans?
prejudice. She got an OnlyFans.
Bitch, they didn't want to represent you on their... No,
I think
baby.
they bias and prejudice came in once they found
Maybe.
out Shorty had OnlyFans.
Maybe. Okay, so if you had that time for everybody to come across the stage and say what was she gonna get up there and say? My name is blah blah blah. This is my major, and you can check me out. You can check me out on OnlyFans while I'm busting I drop it like it's hot.
Each student was given an opportunity. You should fuck you. You don't what. Whatever I'm doing is not your business. I paid my money to go to school.
Brandy,
I graduated.
Brandy, call me, baby. Brandy, you know I love you. Call me, baby, because Brandy said another black girl said that didn't happen. Liz said she did right. So if that did happen, the girl was right. If it didn't matter if she was on or if she had OnlyFans or not. Let the girl speak.
You know what I mean? You don't see it.
Yo, she went aggressive though. She went aggressive.
She was, and it had to be because fuck y'all. And she probably dealt.
Yo,
with
it was her day.
And
here's what it is. They went through everything to graduate. You went through all of this grueling process to get this diploma or get this degree and graduate. Nigga, give me my flowers this day. This shit wasn't easy. Give me my fucking flowers. Don't cut me short. Let me motherfucking, yeah.
And if each student was given an opportunity to say their name and major in a few small things, give me my shot. My family flew in from wherever.
That's not hard to ask for.
It's not. No,
people are coming in from everywhere to see this moment when you walk across the stage and everything like that.
Give me what I'm supposed to have.
That's all I'm asking for. Let's make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Give my shit.
Give them their flowers. I ain't mad at her, though. I'm not mad at her for what she did. I'm not mad. She did a little nigga shit.
Okay, Tone. So, name their race. Let's get it.
Name their race?
Yep.
Okay.
You see it.
Oh, I like this one. I always like this segment. Name their race. A former manager of Harvard Medical School's morgue has been accused of stealing human remains from the school and selling them online.
Put in the comments what y'all what race they think this is. Why Tone continues.
Okay. Is there a special website for this? Is this the black market? Cedric Lodge, 55. And 3 others, including his wife, Denise Lodge, 63, goddamn, nigga, okay, have been indicted for theft and sale of human body parts, federal prosecutors in Pennsylvania announced. Lodge allegedly took parts of the cadavers, which were donated to school for educational and research purposes, to sell in a scheme that involved nationwide network that lasted from 2018 to 2023. The Lodges, as well as Katrina McLean, 44, and Joshua Taylor, 46, were charged with conspiracy and interstate transport of stolen goods. According to federal prosecutors, the Lodges would allegedly steal body parts, including heads, brains, skin, bones, before the cadavers were scheduled to be cremated, and sell them to McLean and Taylor, who would resell them for a profit.
So understand that though this was in Pennsylvania, people in Virginia got caught up because the dude made a mask out of the faces. Just like on Chainsaw Massacre, the dude had a mask and put that shit on Facebook.
Leatherface.
Of course. You know if you put stuff online,
it's gonna go.
It's gonna go. So what race were these people? Can somebody tell us? Anybody. So Moe says Caucus. Corey said Anglo.
Anglo. I like that one.
Organ donor.
Okay. So let's break this down real quick. Let's break this down. This is in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Cadavers are what people that died and have no family, no nothing, or their body is just donated.
Donated bodies.
Their body is donated
for science. For students when they do medical school, those things that you work on, those are donated bodies.
Okay. I've never met somebody who said I'm gonna donate my body as a cadaver for
science. I see it every day.
Okay.
And the people come from they come and get the eyes. They come and get people donate eyes, lungs, hearts, bodies. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cedric, right? Because that sounds like a nigga name.
It does.
Cedric Lodge. That sounds like a nigga name.
Katrina.
Oh, no. You know what I mean?
Katrina and Josh.
So, first off, Katrina and Josh.
Katrina and Josh.
Well, Katrina. I met some white Katrinas. And I met some nigga Katrinas.
Some white Joshes.
You were selling, I'm just going to say, how much does a head go for? Like somebody's head?
$700.
$700 for a head.
They broke this down, yes. $700 for
What
a head.
the fuck are you going to do with somebody's head?
They just want to own it.
To do what? Sit it on your fucking counter? Sit it on your mantle? Like, what the fuck do you do with that shit?
Bragging rights. They want to come and say, paper straw.
Hold on.
What was their race? What do you think who do you think their race
Brain,
were?
skin, bones?
Yeah.
Okay, so
There's a mixture.
say it again. Say where they're at.
Pennsylvania.
Okay, and their names again.
Cedric and Denise Lodge.
Their brother and sister, or their husband and wife. Okay.
Cedric is 55, and he went up. He went and got him a cougar because she's 63.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got him an old John. She with the shits though.
Okay, so I'm going with black folks.
They are not black.
Oh, okay.
They are white, and when you see their pictures, they look like they come from the trailer park too. Like
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with Liz. They're biracial. They're a little bit of both. It's nigga, and that's when top tier Caucasity and niggas gonna nigga combine together.
I take that.
So,
take that.
do you know the races?
They white.
They white?
They're white.
They're all white.
They look like they got tattoos everywhere. The girl had like pink hair. Yeah, they white.
That's
They're white.
Yeah, hold on.
He's finding it.
You find it.
All right, before I
And
go
the
in,
guy
Tony Bruce said head is $40.
head is $40.
How much for it?
Tony Bruce, that's all he said. I can't even argue with that. The head is $40. How much for the tongue? What? Wait.
They white.
Y'all
but if
niggas,
they
y'all niggas is
black,
wilding.
They believe in equality, said Brad.
All right. So before we go any further, as he researches that and finds
Okay,
out.
go ahead.
Before we go any further, let's talk about the mother and son that are both incarcerated right now.
Okay.
And somebody just resent it to me again, and I didn't get a chance to really post it. A woman and her 14-year-old son have been charged.
I found it. Just
You found it.
Go ahead.
Look.
That's a nigga. I said it.
that's a black dude.
That's a black dude.
Yeah.
He's a
Cedric ain't
nigga.
black.
Yeah,
He's-
he's black.
he's-
light skinned black. I can.
He's like we said. Bring over for
Denise is white.
For
Denise is
Liz.
white, yes.
Liz said biracial. That nigga's biracial. That's a nigga. That's a nigga. He got nigga in him.
He
Look at that
white as
beard.
shit.
He's the
He's
nigga.
white.
He's a nigga. He's got some nigga in him. He's got some nigga in him.
He's white.
The other two people are white.
Everybody white.
Okay. So let's talk about this.
No prizes for me, I guess.
Okay.
No parting gift. But
So
go ahead.
it's a mother
Thank you.
fatally
Thank you,
shooting at a hot dog stand Sunday where she allegedly instructs her son to shoot and kill a man, right?
Back up. Start over, please.
Because I want to make sure this is right before I go into this one.
Okay.
Because I was reading one earlier, right, where a mother and son was both incarcerated. You know what I mean? And I think this is partially the story, Tavio, that you sent me. I was reading this earlier. I was reading this this morning, right? The man was assaulting his mother.
Yes. He sent me that. I did overlook. Yeah.
So
Go
the
ahead.
man was assaulting his mother, and the son went and got the gun. When the gun was licensed, she was registered to carry the shit. There was nothing illegal about it. The son went and got the gun and came back and killed the dude.
And they being charged.
And they're both being charged and being locked up for that.
Yep. But I shoot you through my door without looking.
And I go home, and it's nothing serious about that. You know what I mean? What I'm simply saying is I don't find anything wrong with that.
Me neither.
You know what I mean? The man was attacking his mother, right? This is a 14-year-old kid. He's just a kid. A man was attacking his mother,
That's all I can
and
do.
he went and defended his mother, and now they're both incarcerated. You didn't waste no time locking these black folk up. But when you shoot somebody through the door, it takes y'all about a week before y'all decide to lock them up, or if you do lock them up.
Or the man, when the lady was outside blowing leaves in her yard, and some leaves got in his yard, and he got mad, and the white dude came over there and shot her. She had a leaf blower. for a leaf blower.
So I am not mad with this individual here, right? I'm not mad, and I'm mad that they're incarcerated. I hope they get released because the kid was instructed. He did to defend his mother.
Yep.
Here we go. Here we go.
Tony said both need to be set free. If someone punched my mama, they supposed to die.
Okay. Here's where it gets tricky. And I was hearing this story before you guys showed up.
Okay.
So, when the incident happened in the restaurant, he had proper justification to defend his mom. Unfortunately,
right then.
Okay. Because it was, he was there to probably. I know Chicago probably have some type of protect your ground type of thing.
Yeah.
But once he stepped outside, both of them stepped outside that facility, and you're chasing him. That's became premeditated.
Yep.
So hopefully, hopefully, if the judicial system is lenient, as of right now, they will probably charge the mom, and hopefully, be probation. If a good lawyer can see that,
charge my mama.
But again, it will be on their probation, because the simple fact that she was being defended by her son in an incident where the guy was beating on her.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it escalated to the point of leading the incident outside. So if it's probation, suspension of license to carry a firearm, then no prison time, then that could be a good thing. If a good lawyer could see that.
Okay. See?
Come on, because when you drink your water and look about, let's get it.
Okay, so first and foremost,
fuck that shit.
If the mother, like I was reading some of it, skimming over some of it now, the mother was texting her son, and her son was outside, allegedly. This is what I'm allegedly. And she was texting the son from outside, and the son came inside. While this dude is insulting my mother, I'm dumping off. He wouldn't even made it outside. That's how you know it was a 14-year-old kid. It was a 14-year-old kid. Any other circumstances, you would have never made it outside for me to dump off at you outside. As if from this child's point of view, you're assaulting my mother. I'm dumping off at you. You able to get outside, I'm not stopping there. I'm going to finish you. You know what I mean? I'm going to finish you. But he was a 14-year-old kid. You know what I mean? Clearly, this isn't a street kid because one of the street kids would have murdered him right then and there, 2 in the head, and you'd have been done. But he didn't. The kid went outside. You know what I mean? In defense of his mother. I can see where y'all like, I can see he was shouldn't have followed him outside. Fuck that, nigga. Any one of y'all in this situation, at that age, if somebody's attacking your mother, you know what I mean? You're going to do the same thing. You're going to hunt this nigga down and you're going to kill this nigga. Period. What we won't do is not look at the fact why this kid had to come and shoot this dude or chase him down. We're going to look at the whole thing. We're not just going to say, he shouldn't have went outside and fallen. No. This is a man, a grown man, punching his mother in the face. Yep. So any man that puts his hands on a woman deserves to be shot down like dead in the street like a dog. I stand 10 toes down on that. If you feel the need to put your hands on a woman, you should be hunted down like a dog.
Okay, then let's blame everyone else then, because there are witnesses. Ooh. There are other people who could have stopped this before it escalated to that point.
But that's his mama. That's his mama.
Yeah.
But here, I understand that.
Sorry.
I understand that part. But there were other people, other men, who could have prevented that, separated him. And especially if it was a restaurant, then I feel it's like managers could have stepped in and separated them and had one of them be escorted out.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it got to the point where this had to happen, and this is where we are. So who do you blame? I would blame those two people who are arguing for God knows whatever reason. I would blame management, and I would blame anybody else who witnessed that shit, so it wouldn't have gotten into this situation.
Because you can't blame the kid. Because listen, just picture this, right? My mama texted me, she's in trouble. I come inside, and you and Tone and God knows who else is in there, and no one's doing anything. I have to go to the full all the power I got. I got to do something. and shooting this person is what I'm gonna do because y'all didn't do nothing. And I'm a 14-year-old kid. He probably will beat the brakes off of me. So I gotta do what I gotta do. And you in Chicago, you see this mess every day.
And so I hear what you're saying with the laws, Ty. Ty, baby, I hear what you're saying. You know what I mean? You should, everything is to avoid the situation, leave the situation alone, and the laws. But when you're in that situation,
correct,
you're not thinking rationally like that. When in the moment of shit, when you're in the moment of things, I don't give a fuck how much law you know, you're not thinking rationally. You know what I mean? Rational thinking is out the window at that point.
Yeah, not my mama.
So I get it. I get what you're saying. Yo, according to the laws, he was no longer a threat outside. All right, cool. I'm not disputing that. Yep. But in the moment, you're not thinking of that. As a kid at 14, he's not thinking that, and he doesn't know that. He knows a man
supposed to protect his mama.
And he was doing that. And a man was assaulting his mother. Yep. I ain't letting it go because you ran outside. You see, that's not the difference because he's 14. You know what I mean? And probably doesn't know how to handle the gun correctly or shoot correctly. Because if he did, that son of a bitch would have never made it outside. Period. If I'm a grown-ass man, I go in there and I see somebody assaulting my mama, I'm going to murder him in the street. If a man is putting his hands on my mama, I'm going to kill you dead. And I'm going to give a fuck about the law later on. That's the reality of it. Anybody in any situation these days, you're not thinking about the law when you're in the middle of it. When something pops off, you're not thinking about the law. Hold on, let me think about the law. Is this the right thing to do? No, nigga, you're in the moment. And you're going to go with the shit. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at the kid.
So then, devil's advocate here.
Okay.
If you in the moment and you going with the shit and this happens to you, what you do? You just eat it?
I'm going to eat the joint.
Okay.
I'm going to eat the joint. I'm going to eat the joint. Like, I fuck all that. I'm going to eat the joint. You know what I mean? I'm going to stay. So when you send me to jail, I'm going to be sitting in jail with a smile on my face because that son of a bitch will never touch another woman again in his life. Because if you were easy to put your hands on my mama, that means you put your hands on somebody else's mama or somebody else's, or another woman. And I might be able to save that person's life by killing this son of a bitch dead before he decides to beat a woman to death. So I'm going to go to jail with a smile on my face. Yeah, Your Honor, I did it, and I do it again.
10 toes.
10 toes. Not going to budge on that.
Ty said he told her what he was going to do. You walk the fuck away. No women sit there and argue with men. Why?
Yeah, women do it all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, women argue with men all the time. It doesn't matter what the fuck you going to do because most women be like, nigga, go ahead. You going to do what you got to do. Y'all women want to run around act like a nigga, but I don't agree. I don't give a fuck what you said you're going to do. When you decided to put your hands on the woman, that's what you can argue with a woman all day long. Bitch, I'm going to punch you in the fucking face. I can argue with you all the day long. But when it comes time, when I put my hands on you, then I become the scum of the earth and I deserve whatever comes to me.
And then we got to back up. We don't know what their home situation is like. This could have been the last straw. Today this nigga is doing this shit to me in public like I can't take no more. The son probably felt the same way.
Yo, you don't know what the relationship is. You don't know. We don't know. We're just going by what was told to us, allegedly what was told to us. I get it. You know what I mean? But you have to look at it. This is a 14-year-old boy, right? Mm-hmm. There's no way, and I'm not saying he doesn't know the difference between right and wrong, but he knows the right thing to do is protect his mama by all means necessary. When a nigga decided to run outside and run, nah, nigga, you thought you was going to get away. You picked the wrong woman to put you know what I mean? You picked the wrong woman to put your hands on. If you're a fucking man, you're the lowest of the lowest. You're lower than a beta when you got beat on a woman or you got to put your hands on a woman. I can argue with bitches all day long. I'm going to argue and cuss a bitch out all day long. It doesn't bother me. I can argue. That's just arguing. But now when I decide to get physically and put my hands physically on a woman, nah, nigga, there's something different there. Nah, nigga, you need to be dealt with. You a old pussy.
Ty said, and what if he was carrying and killed her son?
That would have been, that's you got to stand 10 toes down on that.
That's part of it.
That's part of it. This is part of life. You know what I mean? I'm protecting my mother and he turned around and pulled a gun and killed me, then that's what I'm doing. I'm protecting my mother. You know what I mean? It's a shitty situation regardless. You know what I mean? Regardless. But we're not going to just pick and choose. You know what I mean? We're going to look at the whole thing. Yes, it could have happened that way. He could have had a gun and killed the son. But he didn't. Mm-hmm. But he didn't. But this is a grown-ass man here. Let's stop for a second here because you women are real quick for that shit. He's a grown-ass man here that wanted to put his hands on a woman. Y'all going to negate that? Ty, you're beating all around the bush, but you, of all people, are going to negate that? You're going to ignore that because that's exactly what I'm side-eyeing your comments here. And not once did you look and say and get on this dude about he was putting his hands on a woman. You found other ways to say because the kid shouldn't have done this. You quoted some laws. But nah, nigga, in that situation, it's your son. Ty, you got a son. In that situation, and your son comes in and sees a man whooping you. Let's take out the fact of texting and all that other shit. And your son sees a man put his hands on you. What do you expect your son to do?
As you raised your son.
Yeah.
He loves you.
Now, Ty's an amazing mother. I always said it. Ty's an amazing mother. She's fucking dope. Ty's a dope person. But I'm willing to bet if he came in and seen somebody putting his hands on his mom, that boy loses his damn mind. He's going to lose his mind.
In a situation that she couldn't handle. Especially in that. The other Ty, what's up, Ty? Ty Drew, he said arguing doesn't give you the right to punch her. And he's right.
Exactly. You argue with the shit. But I get it. It doesn't give him the right, the priority. She said it doesn't give him the right, but your priority is to protect yourself. I will never sit there and argue with a man who can hurt me. Ty, I love you, baby. Hold on, Ty. I love you, baby. You know my boo. You're my boo. I love you. But check this out. You've argued with men.
Yes.
You've argued with men, regardless of how you want to look at it, describe it, whatever. Your disputes or the way your verbiage going back and forth with somebody, you argue with men. You know what I mean? It didn't get to a point where it became physical. But if it was, because you don't know what's thinking in this man, you could be arguing with somebody. Me and Kiki could be arguing. I don't know inside Kiki's mind what kind of day she having. And this argument right here
pushed me over.
And now Kiki want to punch me in the goddamn face.
I've done it. Not you, but
I can see you've done that before. I can see you. What, nigga?
I was just reminded yesterday.
Especially in that.
Hello.
Who we talking to?
Ty Drew.
Turn your stuff down.
Turn the radio down, please. Turn it down.
Okay.
Who we talking to?
Brandy.
This Brandy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so torn with this one. And I'm torn with this one as a motherfucker from the streets and as a mother.
Mm-hmm.
I come from the streets. Mm-hmm. So I worked extremely hard to keep my children away from the streets. Now, though I would have been the woman that probably would have stood there and dropped my nuts on that nigga and argued with him, that definitely would have been me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I'm almost positive none of my children's first reaction would have been to run to get a pistol. If anything, they'd have started fighting because I didn't teach them to grab a gun.
Okay.
So I'm torn when it comes to that. They didn't grow up in the streets, so I didn't introduce them to that. I tried to keep them away from it. But if we're being technical, since he ran up on the right type of motherfucker, him being an emotional nigga costed him his life because he wasn't logical. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing that woman should have been able to say to him that made him hit her. So that nigga was just a hoe. He was comfortable with beating women because he's done it and he got away with it. Unfortunately, he ran up on the wrong dynamic duo, and I pray that they beat it because as a man, he was wrong in every aspect of life. I don't give a damn what a person say to you. They shouldn't be able to control you. It took me a lot of anger management to get here. You have to touch me now. But you shouldn't allow a person to say words to you that will cost you your fucking life. Mm-hmm. We living in different times today. Ain't nobody fighting.
Nobody.
Okay. So I
clearly not even the kids.
So one comment Batman said.
Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you, Brandy. One comment that Batman said. Mm-hmm. If this was Ty, because you know me and Ty are tying right now. We're tying. Right? This is what me and Ty do. We're tying.
Y'all tie.
Right? If Ty was in that situation, hypothetically, baby, because I already know what you said, Ty. But if she was in that situation, Ty would have shot that motherfucker herself. As soon as he felt the need to reach out and touch her, Ty would have dropped that motherfucker where he stood. But for hypothetical purposes, this is why we're having this conversation. You argue with people all the time, and Ty stressed, I argue with people on the internet. On the internet, I argue with people. It's no difference than arguing with a person in fucking face to face. You know what I mean? You can argue with a person on the internet, and this nigga can come find you and still feel some type of way. It can go either way. It didn't happen like that. But in this situation here, apparently, as I'm skimming through and I'm seeing people talking about he was showing off for something where his girlfriend was there. I don't know. I gotta really read it. I gotta really know the whole particulars. But if you was stunting for your girlfriend and you trying to show off for your girlfriend, it cost you your life. When you felt the need, and I agree with fucking Brandy, when you got that mad and you wanted to punch this female, you were comfortable because you've done that before. And this time it cost you your life.
Yeah. It was time. Time ran out.
It was enough. It was enough. I have no remorse for his dead ass. I have none at all. Fuck him. Okay. I have remorse for the 14-year-old kid because he's only a 14-year-old kid.
But the mom is getting the charges. So.
The mom will get the charges, but on the same token, it's a fucked up situation here. You know what I mean? As a man, as a kid, I'm still always going to stand 10 toes down with my mother. Even though I may not see eye to eye with my mother, you're not going to put your hands on her. And then you got to I will kill you.
The aftermath of the child. The child now feels guilt. I wish I didn't because the amount of mom is being taken away.
And you know what's going to happen now? The child is going to need some therapy because that's trauma and all that is could affect him. You know, it's just crazy, bro.
Speaking of guns, Florida will now allow all its residents to carry a concealed gun without a training permit. It goes into effect July 1st. Stay out of Florida, y'all. Stay out of Florida.
So niggas just without a training, so they can just buy the gun, carry the gun, and you know what I mean, and they don't have to be trained how to properly use it. That's deadly for the person carrying the gun, and it's because if you don't know how to handle a firearm, a lot of them dumb hicks are gonna shoot themselves.
And happened once.
Happens all the time.
State of Florida.
Florida shit. We're gonna stay in Florida for a while.
I'm staying in Florida for a minute. They announced today that they are implementing a new law against child sexual abusers. The law entails the death penalty to those proven to have abused a child under 12. However, there's growing concerns in the TQ plus community. I just stuck with the last name, with the last two letters, stating that the law is discriminating against them. Okay.
So, hold on, before we jump right back, because Silk came on here. What up, Silk?
Okay, what'd he say?
Silk came and said, "Good morning, all. The situation was ugly, totally. The man was wrong for assaulting her. Where the son went wrong was what wrong was following him, then continued to shoot him and taking his life. From a law standpoint, had the son shot and killed him in the store, I believe he would be a better chance of beating the charge. Mom was wrong for texting him to bring her the gun. If I said if she had a CCW, then it should have been on her person and not in the car. Just my opinion. I agree. You know what I mean? I'd say that if you have a CCW, always carry that motherfucker with you because you never know when you're going to need it. I get it. But Silk also, like I said, at that standpoint, he's a 14-year-old kid. He's a 14-year-old kid that doesn't know the laws like that. And he's seen a man assaulting his mother. That nigga snapped and lost it, Slim. Even though the mother was texting when he came in there with the gun, and you see a nigga assaulting your moms, you ain't thinking about the law at that time, bro. You gonna start dumping off, nigga. Where the fuck is you going? I'm not finished with you yet. Nigga, hold these hot ones in your back, nigga. That's what it is. Now, back to Florida.
Yeah, Batman's moving there at the end of the year.
Batman, I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you, Batman. I'm right behind you. You know what I mean? All right, so Florida, you know what I mean, is saying that you just carry the gun and it doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? So, all right. Florida's been on some real wild shit lately. I think I want to go there because, Florida, with the immigration law, well, you can't fuck with Mexicans. You can't fuck with these Mexicans, bro.
You fucked around and found out.
You fucked around and found the fuck out. These niggas run your whole infrastructure.
They do.
They build everything. They do everything. And when you decided to say, fuck them, you're not doing it now, what y'all gonna do? Because you white people ain't gonna do it. You're not building no houses. You're not you're not on the farms. You're not doing nothing.
Production is shut down right
everything. Now. Niggas is, and he was crazy. I was watching something on, niggas have bought houses and shit started to get built and you pulled this shit and now niggas shit's just sitting.
They pulled the plug. Spanish people, look, they not playing. You want to act like that?
One thing about them Spanish and them laughable Latinas, they stick together.
Fuck you.
If you say fuck one, then they all telling you fuck you.
We gonna eat. So they found out. Look, no stuff is coming in and out of Florida right now.
Nah, nothing. You ain't building. You ain't doing shit. You know what I mean? These you fucked around. That means no farming and everything. You know what I mean? Everything is fucked up. You know what I mean?
Well, since we speaking, if y'all saying y'all moving to Florida, maybe I can convince y'all to move to Tulsa. There's a financial incentive to move to Tulsa.
What's the incentive?
Okay. They'll pay you to work from Tulsa, the same place that burned down Black Wall Street, first of all. You're going to love it here, they said. That's what you'll read on the ambitious landing page of the website for this is Oklahoma, for Tulsa Remote, a program that pays remote workers $10,000 to relocate to the Oklahoma City for 1 year. But here's the catch. They don't even want you to live there. They don't want you to work there. You got to work outside of it. They don't want, if you are black, they don't want you to, you can live there, but you can't work there. You can live there.
Don't go there, niggas. Don't go there.
You can live there.
You can live there, but you niggas go there.
You got to work outside of them. They don't want your influence. They don't want your none of that shit. Don't you introduce nothing niggery.
Okay, don't go there. Just don't go there.
$10,000 ain't nothing. No way.
Okay, I'm gonna be on some real bullshit.
All right.
Let's talk about Zion Williams. I knew he was gonna get a kick out of this. Let's talk about this nigga.
He fucked around and found out.
A young boy. A young boy.
Young man.
Is you dumb or what? Is you dumb or what? You fucked around and found out with this bitch. You know what I mean? Do I feel like this bitch is ODing right now? It's getting to a point she is ODing. You know what I mean? But young nigga, like, you ain't even on that. When you do decide to play basketball, you are the man.
Yes.
But let's be realistic. You've been off the court more than you've been on the court.
Facts.
You just like fucking with these little motherfucking fake body having motherfuckers with an ass and just, you nigga, learn. Matter of fact, I don't even want to touch this no more.
I'll touch it.
Oh, shit! Go.
Straw?
All right. The person that you claim is fake ass is Mariah Mills. I do follow her.
You know her?
I do. I follow her on Twitter. I saw some of the tweets. Her rant for the last almost 2 weeks.
Baby.
She was going in.
She was going in. I understand she was into her feelings. I get it. Everyone will want to treat, let's say this, those outside of who know her, let's say this, is, I figured she's a bitch. She doesn't, she's just crazy and all that stuff. But let's be honest, folks. She's still a person. She has feelings, and she thought her and Zion had something. And the way Zion was presenting this whole scenario was very stupid. It's promoting, not knowing the fact that they were ever together in the first place. Let's put it that way. But still, it's like, hey, I got a girlfriend here, and we're gonna have a baby. It's like, all right, great. But then exposing the fact that you had other people on the side. Yeah. Yes, Zion. All he's been doing off the court has been bullshit. Yeah. I never liked that dude. The moment they were let's put it this way, ESPN overhyped him.
They did.
Overhyped him. I didn't want once he blew his tire, quote unquote, his shoe on the court when he was in Duke. Yeah. I knew full well this guy was a joke. A lot of some of my friends were saying it's like, oh, he's the up and comer, he's going to be the next whatever. It's like, nah, there's something wrong with this dude, and it proven. He's barely been on a court. He's overweight. He's just fucking anything that he sees and claiming the fact it's like, I'm the next big thing. And look at his situation he's got. Now, I know Twitter, stopped Mariah because, yes, what she was doing is kind of like go overboard and all that stuff. So I understand of suspending her Twitter account. But it is justifiable. As a person who, if he didn't want to talk to her anymore, I get it. But but if you are still in contact with this person in some capacity and never telling her that the fact that you have somebody else, you're seeing somebody else, this is what you get. And like I said, the NBA has seminars about this, rookie seminars, and you still, it had never stepped in your brain since day one, you're a motherfucking idiot. And you deserve what you get. That's it. I don't care. I mean, the Pelicans got a dud. I mean, it's sad to say, is like they've been pretty much good without him. So, but honestly, you got yourself a dud for the last 4 years.
They're going to move on from him in this offseason. I think they'll move on from him.
Yeah,
they're going to move on from him. They don't need all of this.
Him and Jay Morant should just go to Greece or somewhere and do whatever stupid shit they want to do.
Have fun and fuck porn stars.
Okay, right or wrong, y'all. Just this past week, the lab created chicken from chicken cultures. United States Department of Agriculture, a.k.a. USDA, has given 2 companies approval to sell chicken grown from cells in the lab. Lab-grown or cell-cultivated meat is made by feeding a mix of nutrients to animal cells in stainless steel tanks. Companies hope the product can be an alternative to meat produced by killing animals, which has a large carbon footprint.
So,
Would you eat it?
So you eating test tube babies?
Yeah, would you eat it?
Space, the final frontier.
Would you eat it? Paper straw?
Okay, so here's what it is. Were you going to know the difference?
No.
So in other words, what you're telling me is you can go to a restaurant and that you could be eating a test tube baby or a test tube chicken or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and not know the difference.
Well, no difference because according to the scientist in the news, she said that it is chicken. It just didn't come from the natural way of doing it. It comes from chicken cultures and chicken cells. It's chicken.
So basically, just like the lamb they did years ago, did to clone the lambs. So really, it's still chicken, but it's cloned.
Okay.
It's cloned chicken, and they said that three restaurants in New York have already signed on to sell it to.
I mean,
you had to stress the fact it had to be my beloved home. It had to be my beloved home.
But here's the thing, everybody's trying to get away. They're going vegan, they're going vegetarian. They're trying to get away from slaughtering animals. How do you feel about that?
Hold on.
Okay.
I don't get the fact you're still slaughtering them because you're creating them. So that don't make no sense.
Because you're saying it's chicken.
It's still chicken. So to me, unless you said it was plant-based, built, the Impossible Chicken or the Impossible Burger and all that stuff, I would understand that aspect. But since you are cloning from chicken cells, you're creating another chicken, just not the sense of taking an egg and let it grow and then building it, you're creating it.
So I was trying to figure out, because you can't really question me on the news. I want to put in the comments section. So is it a chicken or does it come out this meat? You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Yeah. So, but if you're creating it from the chicken cells, it's still chicken. So technically, it's chicken.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Chicken is chicken.
So I'm not mad at
it's an attempt.
If you don't know the difference,
if it's available, whatever restaurant
nigga come give you some. They give some niggas some fried chicken. Nigga gonna eat some fried chicken. Yeah. You got some hot sauce with that. It ain't gonna matter that they don't.
They eat squirrel and rat and dog right now in all these carryouts. The carryouts is giving.
I've eaten squirrel before.
No, the carryouts is giving you that shit. That ain't fucking beef. That ain't beef.
No, that's rat meat. That's rat meat.
I ain't never seen something like if you cube
You ever look at the pork that they be like?
Yes.
Pork?
No,
it's not pork.
It looks petrified, almost like jerky. Like jerky.
So, I'm not mad for those that are vegans. You know what I mean? Have at it. You know what I mean? You're eating grass and everything else with it. I need some dead animal on my plate. I don't give a fuck what it is. Dead animal is okay with me. You know what I mean? Frickin' fry his ass up. Motherfucking bake them, grill them. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Now, in certain animals, I'm just not in tune. I'm not in the game. Certain game animals, I don't give a fuck. I want to try bison, though.
Yeah.
Bison's good.
Bison is good, though. I want to try bison.
Steaky,
but when niggas was like, yo, I'm going to go over here and I want to eat some kangaroo. Like, what the fuck?
Bison is beefy, right?
Emu?
Can't hear you.
Okay.
Can't hear you.
I said I've had bison, I had emu, I've had camel, and I had kangaroo.
Nigga Silk said, put some mumbo sauce on it. Fuck it, we gonna eat that shit.
One of one of the Potomac Housewives. They had a restaurant in Arlington.
Okay.
I've been there several times, and they had what's her name? The curly hair one I liked.
The light skin.
Who her husband was
the white guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I forget her name, but
yeah.
So
and she
Ashley.
Yeah. Ashley. And like I said, it was an Australian-based restaurant, and they had those delicacies, and they were good.
I had gator.
Yeah. Gator is good. I like gator. I like gator. You got me fucked up. Gator tail?
As long as it reminds me something.
What does it remind you of?
It beef. Reminds me of beef.
Gator?
It's spicy. It's spicy though. Yes.
Gator tastes like chicken.
It tastes like chicken. That's what I thought.
Yeah, gator tastes like chicken.
Gator tastes like chicken. Depends on how they season it for you or whatever.
I had gator sausage, so to me it reminded me of beef.
Gator steak.
I had gator steak and it tastes like chicken.
I'm from Michigan.
This gator steak? You had gator steak?
Yeah. Did you? I'm from Michigan.
I'm fucking up.
So we deer, rabbit. That's where we come from. Like my father hunted that. So those things. But I probably would not want to see it slaughtered. But.
Yo, Tweeter said, can I get 4 wings from a stainless steel tank with a side of fries?
Okay, so I got questions.
Sorry.
What part of the way a black woman sees or treats a black man is the black man's fault? What part of the way a black woman sees or treats a black man, the way she sees him or the way she treats him, is his fault? Take your time.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Right. If you acting like a fucking animal, how do you expect a woman to treat you? If you act like an animal, how do you expect to be treated? They're gonna treat you the way you act, right?
Yeah.
So you're asking what part of a way of a black woman sees or treats a black man is the black man's fault? Yeah. Well, if you're walking around here like you're a big baby with your pants hanging off your ass and you got your drawers out and you're doing all this other extra stupid shit, how do you expect these women to treat you? They're going to treat you just the way you acting. If you're walking around acting like a bunch of bitches, they're going to treat you like a bitch.
Okay, let me extend this. So, men are problem solvers.
Corey, what you going to do with some gator? I want to holler at Corey about some gator.
He do good.
I want to holler at him about some gator.
What? So Tone, in this instance, right? Men are problem solvers, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to. You really. Okay, so let me just speak from my experience. From my experience with my daddy, we never heard the problems that was going on. We never knew we had problems because my father would take care of that shit. Mm-hmm. What I find now is everything that goes on in these men's life, they discuss it with you. Now, it could be two ways. It could be that he just trusts me a lot, he just loves to hear my opinion, or you want some sucker shit. Only because the way I was raised. My daddy didn't do that. Mm-hmm. He didn't walk out here and sulk and cry and whine. He figured that shit the fuck out, and he handled business.
Okay, okay. So what you're saying is, like, the man can't confide in the woman?
I'm not saying that because that's what I'm saying. It's two ways. It's two ways to say that. Confiding in someone and always, every problem, always, you have no answer.
Okay. Sometimes you already have the answer, but you just want to see what other people are going to say.
Every time?
You know what I mean? I agree with Batman. Every way is the black man's fault.
Every way?
Most ways, because if they're watching us and they're seeing us, and this is how they choose to treat us, this is our fault. If you acted like a man and acted like that, they're going to treat you like that. What?
I agree with that, but I didn't come from that. I didn't come from hearing men's problems all day fucking long. I didn't hear from that. And listen, that's what I'm saying. It's a two-way street for me. It's like a double-edged, well, it's like, it's split. It's 50-50 or, what you call it? The catch-22, where somebody will say, damn, at least he's telling you. But it's like you don't have, and then when you do that, and then I'm a problem solver, and I always got an answer for shit. I now have tapped into your feminine shit, and you tapped into my male shit.
Okay.
That's when the roles start to switch. So I'm asking,
okay, I see
what part? You understand what I'm saying?
I see where you're going here. Sometimes, well, it depends on the relationship with the individuals that we're talking about here. Are we talking about just somebody just two friends? Are we talking about somebody who's husband and wife?
All of it.
All of it?
All of it.
Sometimes you're going to, as a man, I'm going to have my problems. I'm going to vent. I've already come up with my solution in my head. Mm-hmm. I already know what the fuck I'm going to do, but I need to vent and sometimes to get that shit up out of me instead of holding it in. So I'm going to vent my problem out, but I already know what my end result is going to be. You're going to, as a friend or whatever it is, you're going to look at me and want to offer your opinion, which, okay, cool. It's going to go in one ear. It's going to go out the other ear because I've already decided on what the fuck I'm going to do.
So what you're doing is you're putting on a production for me by running it by me, just so you can include my feelings.
Yeah, because now I'm shutting you out. I'm an asshole like that. I'm not going to shut you up because here's the problem. Because you women complain because men don't communicate with them. Right? We just do. Right? That's what I've been told. We just do. We don't communicate with you. So now I communicate, hey, this situation happened, da-da-da. And it should make me feel X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And I'm wondering what I'm going to do. But in my mind, I've already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you something to talk about. You're going to tell me your opinion. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. All right, cool. And I'm still going to go do my
Let me go share with this bitch so she don't feel no way. Let me just be communicative. Oh, no. Did we do that to y'all? Is that our fault? Tone, answer me, motherfucker.
And look. Take some ownership here. Take some goddamn accountability. Take some accountability here. It's going to be okay.
Tavio said, if you wasn't raised by a true man, you are not going to know what to expect. You have to learn to just listen and not listen to speak. That's Nisha. You got to know your audience. Mm-hmm. We did.
Just saying. Y'all did this. Y'all caused this.
Damn.
What?
Okay. So you agree that the way a woman sees a man or treats him is his fault?
It's his fault.
Can you turn that around?
Why do I even want to? Why do I want to turn around and make it her fault?
No, can you turn it around? Well, I change how I treat you or I see you. Can you turn that around? Is that a conversation or you just know like, damn, this bitch always sunning me? Cause now you taking the place from provider.
If you in a situation and like you just said, this bitch is always sunning me. Like, what the fuck? Nigga, that's when you have to take a look at yourself and be like, what the fuck? Why is this bitch treating me like a son instead of the man that I am? Whose fault is that?
Just asking.
Whose fault is that?
Brick said it's all his fault. He said you treat her like crap, you're gonna eat crap. She a hoe. Oh, okay. Hello.
Caller, turn it down. Sorry. Turn it down a little bit, caller.
What up, though?
I know who it is.
It's Batman.
Hey.
Come on, Batman. I knew it. You didn't see the bat signal in the corner right there? Once you asked this question, the bat signal went there.
If she is my woman, that means that she is the CEO of my life company. She's my first lieutenant. I'm going to bring, not every situation, but I'm going to need her logical advice and her natural God-given intuition to assist me or to help me to make a better decision, because she has the ability to see things that I can't see. Nice. She has the ability to say, it's something about that dude I don't like, baby. While we ride motorcycles with him every day, playing basketball with him, she say, you like, well, baby, what's wrong with him? I don't know, it's just something about him that I ain't feeling. I need that in my life. Pause.
He's right. He's right, because women will see things that we don't see.
And that's in response to what, sir?
That's in response to what I got from your statement / question. Should we, share these things with women? Things that we feel or, excuse me, or situations that we have. Should we share it with our woman?
No.
Unless I misunderstood.
Yeah. I was asking, so I stated that in my past and growing up and, observing my parents, when things happen, my father took care of it. My father, he didn't complain all day about the job or the bills or the money. He didn't do any of that. I don't know what they did in the privacy of their bedroom, but my father took care of it. So a lot of times the issues that I found out we had when I was an adult, I never knew we had because my daddy was on that shit. And I'm saying nowadays,
but your mom knew.
She probably knew. Nowadays, I look at it, and I work with 12 men, understand? And every day I hear them all day long complaining to their girls about this, that, blah, blah, blah. Like, to me, minutia.
Yeah.
It's minutia, and it's like nothing. I understand having to run stuff by somebody, but all day long I got to hear about your complaints, and then now, as I was saying, Batman, that forces the woman to now tap into that feminine side, and now I got to be the masculine side because I got to provide you with all these reasons, answers, and solutions. Because at the end of the conversation, the man doesn't have a resolve. He's asking at every turn for everything.
That's a result of males not growing up with their fathers.
Okay.
And have a hard time resolving issues on our own, or even making decisions. So just like growing up in the house just with your mother, now as an adult, you lean to a woman's understanding. Men are like I wrote in the comments earlier. Excuse me. Men are the new women. Men are the new men. We are leaning into a woman's perspective, her point of view, and how she feels about things. We have adopted that mentality now.
Not all men.
Masculinity is something that is waning.
Not all men now.
Not all men. Not all men. You know where I stand with that, Tone.
Yeah, I know where you stand.
But across the board, a lot of men are leaning into a woman's mentality.
Unfortunately.
And then
it's no longer about being sensitive to the woman. When I was younger, that was a big thing. Oh, be sensitive to your woman.
Yep.
Now you are the woman.
So then
you're more sensitive than she is.
So then how can you have it both ways? And this is hypothetical, right? How do you have it both ways? You make me tap into my masculinity, and then all of a sudden I'm not feminine enough for you. You're mad at me because now I don't know how to switch back and forth. I don't know when. Because most of the time you're tapped into the feminine side, bring it.
That's another component of leaning into her mentality, leaning into her spirit. A woman says things like that. You're too masculine for me, baby. You're not sensitive to how I feel. Imagine a man saying that to his woman.
But Batman, there are niggas out there saying this.
It is.
And this is becoming a thing now with these dudes.
It is.
Because their feelings is hurt. Like, bruh.
All those years of, you're not sensitive to me. You don't understand how I feel. All that stuff has now changed men into softening our backbones. And again, not that we're supposed to be cold-blooded, but there's a part of us that's supposed to be cold-blooded.
Yes.
Facts.
Yes.
That's where we are nowadays. I don't know how we're going to reverse it.
No, you're not going to.
I don't think I'm going to see
get
it reversed.
You're not going to. Because
Batman, we're not going to see it reversed in our lifetime.
Here's the word that everybody is grabbing on to. Y'all ready for this word? Equality. Everybody want to be equal. Everybody want to be equal.
That word is Spain is
the bane of your existence.
Yeah, because that shit is a stupid fucking word. We're all not equal. There's no way.
But people are mad about
that. Look, I go against. I see a lot of brothers online. I'm on Facebook all the time. Mm-hmm. Brothers going off on women. Mm-hmm. That's not masculine, Tone.
Okay.
When you are a man, you accept a woman's nature for what it is. You accept her for who she is, and you understand how she is going to move because she is a woman, and you govern yourself accordingly. You don't attack her. Like you said, you don't put your hands on her. You don't attack her. Any part of her nature that we as men react to, any part of her nature, that means they have power over us, brother. Mm-hmm. It's not supposed to be that way. And their nature should not have power over us.
And I don't disagree with that. In some ways I don't disagree with that, but in some ways I'm like, okay, sometimes you got to check a bitch.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you got to check a bitch and put it. That doesn't mean you give them the power. Sometimes you guys just check a motherfucker. And that'll be it. And keep it moving. You know what I mean? They understand where you at with yours. You're going to respect that.
Yeah. And once you understand her nature, our posture is to dominate it. I know people don't like that talk. But we are called to be the dominant, not the abusive, but the dominant, the leader, the one with the most self-control. That's the pattern we lay out for our families. I can go on and on about that, but Batman now.
Right.
And you know what, Tone?
Yeah, baby.
And when you check us, the women who, it's something about that. Like when it's done properly and it's done appropriately and it's right, I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
You know what I mean?
And I almost get mad when it doesn't happen. Like, because I know we can be out of pocket. And for real, when you by yourself, you govern yourself by yourself. But when you take up with somebody, it got to be different. And sometimes we don't know how to do that. So it takes the man to step in.
Boy, but some of you, so here we go with that, because it's a rabbit hole you get ready to go down. Some of these women, when you go to check them and put them in a line like that, they still have that that manly quality about them, and they don't know how to accept that shit. So the only way sometimes you gotta accept it, grab them by their throat and let them, like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? Calm the fuck down.
When people know you serious, Tom, when people know you serious and you know that what you're saying is for the greater good, most of us will chill the fuck out. Like, but if you doing it for clout, if you're doing it outside to prove that you got me in check and all that shit, that's different.
That's some sucker shit there.
Sucker shit.
That's some sucker shit. You know what I mean?
But I prefer, like, if I'm out of pocket, baby, get me back in line. Get me in line, baby. Do it in my way, though. And when you know me, you know what things tick me off. I just happened to be watching Real Houses of Atlanta, just one show, because I realized somebody got killed on there, and I had to go. I stopped watching it, but I had to go back and find the episode. And I'm seeing Candy sitting there, Candy going off. Her nigga not really saying nothing. And honestly, they was at a party. Of course, it's always at a party. And I kept thinking, damn, why he ain't trying to, like, calm short down? They all dressed up. It's a classy occasion. Why the fuck he letting? I know it's for TV, but in my brain, I'm like, bro, your husband's supposed to come over and like, hey, baby, come on. Calm that shit down. Because it's us. It's us. It ain't just you, it's us. You're making us look crazy.
Sometimes.
And the argument was some stupid shit. Some he say, she say shit. So it's not like somebody disrespected her. And then like somebody came in there and bumped into her or
nah, it was on some other sucker shit. Some other sucker shit. And you want to make it a big...
That could have waited. Continue. What you want to ask?
Did you know? It's because you know I like Did You Know.
Hey, come on.
Did you know Tyler Perry now owns BET and VH1? Hey. Shout out, give him his flowers for that. Shout out to Tyler Perry.
Hold up. It's not finalized yet.
It's not finalized yet, but it's coming.
It's in development.
It's coming. Just like the Redskins, just like the Commanders aren't sold yet. But yeah.
Okay.
In other news. Okay.
Did you know?
Did you know
that Disney's America was a proposed theme park that was supposed to have been built by the Walt Disney Company in Haymarket, Virginia?
But Virginia shot that fucking shit down. Right. Virginia. I don't know.
Haymarket at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know what is the blackest city in the United States?
I would have said Flint or D.C., but...
Well, Chocolate City ain't Chocolate City like that no more, baby.
It's mocha.
It's mocha. It's turned into something else. It's turned into white chocolate. That's what it's turned into. But what is the blackest city in the United States?
Do tell.
The blackest cities in the United States, often referred to as the blackest city in America, is Jackson, Mississippi. Is 80% black, but significantly smaller in population than Memphis, which is 63% black.
I can see that. I can see that. I got family in Jackson.
Jackson, Mississippi, you are the blackest city in America.
But let's add a little
sprinkle. Oh, God. Here comes statistical stand.
He on it today.
Because there was thanks to Chip Chat, because we mentioned a story about this several months ago.
Okay.
Jackson, Mississippi is pretty much run by white folks. It's because, again, based off of the Republican Party and how they, gerrymandering their district lines, most of their elected officials are white. And they're doing some crazy shit to keep it that way.
Well, since you're speaking of white people, what town has the most whites?
It's a mountain somewhere.
I would say New York City, but
no, white?
New York City?
No, how dare you say be mad.
Oh, you want Coke? I
No.
don't know. You did a line.
How else I get my Coke?
Hialeah, Florida is the whitest city in the United States with 92.6% of its population identifying as white. The non-Hispanic white population, however, is only 2.5, and by 2045, it will become minority white according to the census. Just saying.
Hialeah? Florida.
Hialeah. Hialeah.
And that's where it all starts from.
Okay. And did you know, Tone? According to the U.S. Census,
Okay.
Nebraska is the only incorporated place in the United States that just has one resident. And her name is something Elier, and she's the mayor, the clerk, the treasurer, and a librarian.
And a bartender.
And the bartender. And the only person left in the U.S.'s tiniest town.
It's her.
Yep. Nebraska. Mona Y, Nebraska.
Ain't that some shit? She's the only person in this fucking town.
She got all them jobs.
She do it all. She run the whole town by herself. She the only motherfucker that live there, so what the fuck?
Okay. Let's keep going.
Okay. Oh, God.
Yes.
This is some did you knows.
Okay.
The testicles are also called testes. Produce about 1,500 sperms every second. That's about 90,000 sperms every minute. 5.4 million every hour. And 130 million every day. And if sperm isn't released through ejaculation, it's reabsorbed back into the body.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
So if you're not using your nuts, if you're not using your sperm, your body just
takes it back in.
uses the protein, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why some of y'all skins be glowing and shit. Oh yeah.
Did you know?
Mm-hmm.
The muscles in the scrotum will also pull the testes closer to the body if they sense any danger, even if it's not actual danger. For example, just stroking the inner thigh can trigger this reflex. If a man feels threatened or afraid, the muscles will contract without him even being aware of it. Did you know? Did you know?
I didn't know this.
Did you know?
So your balls retract.
They do. Oh no!
Danger! Hide, fellas, hide! Really? This is fact.
Testicular Monday.
Oh, this is Testicular Monday?
It is.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord, wait a minute. There's more testicular shit for you now. Why are the testicles outside of the body and so vulnerable? Having the testicles hang outside of the body helps ensure a lower temperature. Testicular temperature must be about 5 degrees Fahrenheit, lower than the rest of the body to properly create and preserve sperm. Body is 98.6,